My name is Ryan Edwards of Masary Studios, based in Fort Point, Boston. For me, sound sculpture was inspired by looking for ways to compose, trying to find ways to write music that got me outside of the regular approaches to making music. And then I got into a routine of actually using like wooden blocks or Legos or things like that. And one day I had structured something out of Legos and put it on the piano. I was trying to figure out how it might sound, just to kind of scramble my approach to making music. And I thought, well, what if I could just make the Legos be the notes, just kind of get right to it. So that was the beginning of asking, how could I make a kind of building block, compositional, kind of one thing led to another, and that got me to creating the piece that is called sound sculpture. I think of sound sculpture as an instrument. Cubes in space that wherever they are can trigger sound. Notes that are higher on an axis could be higher pitch, and where they are left to right on the staff or in the space could be where they happen in rhythm. So in that way, it's a large musical sequencer that's a rhythmical loop with melodic and time-based inputs. It's kind of a side door into creativity. Rather than having to confront writing a song or making a beat or creating a melody in the kind of sometimes terrifying way of staring at a piano, a person can just create something physically in space, anything that might be visually interesting, and then hear what it sounds like. People are often surprised by their own creativity. One of the things that is really exciting to me has always been writing music for dance. Creating something that's a physical foil for making music is exciting to offer that and kind of create space with dancers. In a way, you're giving a dancer a physical object to interact with. They can lay on it, they can move with it, they can stand on it, they can slide with it, but it's also a note. I mean, it's a sound, it's a potential for sound, and it's lighting. And it's one of those things that kind of goes to new places, and I love being a part of that. We're asking ourselves, what is an instrument? That's the kind of thesis of this show. The opportunity to ask that question with such incredibly talented and brilliant and really thoughtful humans in Alexei, Darius, and Michelle has already been inspiring for me in the way I think about creating and connecting with an audience. I love being surprised. I love not knowing, and then inspiration and new ideas coming, and it's already happening. It's cross-collaborative in its inception, but then it's also new music. And situated inside a place, a presenter like the Schubert Club, and in this hall, there's kind of a prominence of performance art that I'm aware of, certainly. The relationship of new experimental music that is, both instrumental and interactive and technology-based to be presented and created and considered. So I hope that that's an inspiring and exciting thing for an audience, but at the same time, they're light up building blocks that make sound. And I think that there's an availability to enjoying and even like connecting with a performance and with composition and making of music that is so physical. I believe that for audience will be refreshing, and I think for the younger or for maybe audiences that aren't seeing concertized music as much, could be really interesting as well.